Gyarados will be releasing on Thursday of this week, so the 25th of January. Finally, it's here. Gyarados is going to be another all-rounder that is built on physical attack. So physical attack items are going to be important. And, of course, Magikarp is also in the game. It's going to probably be the worst early game Pokemon we now are going to have. I think it's going to be mostly going towards center area. I don't know how Path is going to work, but yeah, it's going to be quite interesting. But before we continue, today's video is sponsored by Final Fantasy XIV Online, a massive online multiplayer game. Get ready and adventure through 3 award-winning games for free, with the free trial for the base game and the first 2 expansions, Heaven's Sword and Stormblood, with unlimited game time until level 70, and it's available on PS5, PS4, Windows, Steam, Mac, and will also be coming to Xbox in spring of this year. In Final Fantasy XIV Online, you will never run out of content. Explore dungeons, trials, raids at all different challenge levels, with an amazing main story for you to enjoy. You can party up with friends or NPC throughout the main story dungeons. There's currently 20 jobs available for you to play, with 2 more being added in the upcoming expansion Dawn Trail that will also release this summer. 16 of those jobs can be played in the free trial, and the amazing part is you only need 1 single character, since you can always easily switch around from job to job in case you want to try out something else next. Join me now in Final Fantasy XIV Online and download the game right now for free with the link in the video's description. And for the passive we have, every single time Gyarados gets damaged, we actually increase our move speed for a short time up to 5 times. And for items, I mean, it's a physical attacker or like attack all-rounder, right? Or physical attack all-rounder. So, you know, we're gonna have like attack grade, weakness policy, razor claw, muscle band. I feel like muscle band will be kind of required, because as Magikarp, you are very, very weak. And without muscle band, like clearing white Pokemon is gonna be so terrible. Also, this is a bit of a early game footage. This was when I played on the test server for the first time with Gyarados. Since then, a Pokemon speed changed a bit. So we start off with Magikarp. We have to build up our gauge. That's under the HP bar. It's that blue bar that's slowly building up. And once this is full, we're going to evolve. Well, I think we also evolve at level 7 as well now, which wasn't back then. But doesn't matter if you hit level 7, I think you're going to evolve. So we can build this up by basic attacking, by getting KOs, by scoring, and by using our moves. But you can see it's going to take quite a while. So it's going to be quite weak in Path. Like, it's going to be the weakest early game Pokemon. If you've so far, you know, like played with a, I don't know, Urshifu before, like a Kapfu or a Scorbunny, this is going to be absolutely useless when it comes to Path. You're not going to have a lane partner for quite a while. So we'll see how that's going to turn out. Here we're going to score a bit to showcase the scoring, and I just want to evolve faster to show off the moves. And again, I think you know force evolve for level 7. We have Dragon Breath, Aqua Tail. So the nice part about Gyarados is we instantly start with 2 moves once we evolve. So we instantly are very, very strong once we evolve. So that's also quite nice. We have first off here Dragon Breath and Waterfall. Both are pretty nice, and the Unite move as well. For Dragon Breath, we damage opponents, and the more we hit, the more attack speed we get. So it's another like attack speed thing. Here I was trying the Unite move. You have to hold down the Unite move and dive under, and you have to hold it down the entire time, and once you release it, or once the time runs out, you will be emerging and stunning. So you're invincible as well. It's pretty much like Talon Fly, just as a Unite move, and much better, of course. So the Unite move is very, very good. Again, Dragon Breath is like kind of an attack speed, you know, attack speed attacker kind of thing, similar to Nice's Muscarada, one of those things again, which I'm not the biggest fan of. And then we have Waterfall as well. Waterfall is also quite fun, as it's kind of like Nice's Zoroark, but you pretty much just don't have to do anything. You just press Waterfall, and you're gonna dance 3 times into certain directions. You can see 1, 2, and 3. And the second one also gives you a shield. So this one is pretty fun, but when I played it, didn't really see too powerful, and the last one also stuns. So we can see we can move it on our cursor, and then you can see the last one is gonna stun our opponents as well. So pretty good for like engaging on someone. Also pretty good to escape, but I mean, it's not unstoppable, right? So it can get stopped. It's also quite interesting. So yeah, Dragon Breath, attack speed, steroid. Yeah, it's alright. Makes our attacks stronger, and the more we hit, the more Pokemon we hit with our Dragon Breath, the more, you know, attack speed we have. I feel like it just looks a bit awkward. I feel like Gyarados should have maybe been a ranged like auto attacker, but because this auto attack speed look kind of weird. I feel like, at least to me, that look kind of weird. But you can see we get a lot of attack speed, but we are still pretty frail, even though it's Gyarados and, you know, he looks quite massive. We are still pretty frail, so you have to be very careful with that as well. Then for our other 2 moves, we have Bounce and Aqua Tail. Aqua Tail is quite interesting. Bounce as well. I actually like Bounce a lot, so you charge it up and you bounce into direction. If you hit something as well, like the longer you charge up, I think the bigger your shield becomes. So it's also quite nice. It's a good sustain, and it has a lot of range. Aqua Tail, on the other hand, was a bit weird. So like we stand still, and then we swing our tail around and do damage in a direction. And once you hit someone 3 times, or just did 3 times damage, you also have another charge of it. So right here, you Aqua Tail 3 times, and then if you cancel it and you hit it 3 times, you have this final attack that actually does quite a lot of damage. So Aqua Tail, it actually did a lot of damage. It just felt a bit clunky to play, I have to say. But man, it does put out a lot of damage. You can also hold it multiple times, right? You can just, I think you can do like 6 Aqua Tails with it, or with like 1 time of using it. But in general, I think you don't want to use it too long. You just want to get those 3 out, and then maybe go for a quick Aqua Tail final thing as well. You can see as soon as you miss, right, like it's not going to build up. Again, you have to do damage 3 times, and you can activate it, and it does a lot of damage. And then, for example, in this game, on level 6, we already evolved, so we get both of our moves at level 6. We get to Gyarados at level 6, which is quite strong, right? Having 2 instant moves as well on this early into the game, of course, is quite good. Personally, I was a big fan of Bounce and Aqua Tail the most when I played it. It did feel like that Bounce and Dragon Breath was kind of like Muscarada, Night Slash, and Trailblaze. It pretty much felt like the same, which made me kind of sad, you know. Also, like, I'm sad he doesn't have Hyper Beam or anything. I feel like the moves are sadly a bit, yeah, not the biggest fan of them. But I think, like, it doesn't matter what, I think Gyarados will be quite strong. So we want to use Aqua Tail again, Aqua Tail right here, and you can see it does a lot of damage, right? Like, it does very good damage, especially on the final bounce, on the final thing as well. Our Unite move is very strong as well. And you can take down and snowball games quite fast. So, and the problem I had with Waterfall is that I kind of just went down by using it, so it felt a bit awkward. But yeah, I think also when it comes to move combinations, I think there's nothing set in stone. I think you can pretty much play any combinations, because the moves don't really have a big synergy. Like, there's nothing really that is like, oh, I have to play this move with this, or this move with this. They don't really have synergy. You know, that's something I also like didn't really enjoy too much. I really was hoping for a bit more, you know, synergy between the 2 moves. But in general, Bounce and Waterfall kind of do the same. They kind of engage, they kind of disengage, right? So pretty much doing the same things there as well. And then Aqua Tail is just a damage move, straight up, and you know, Dragon Breath as well, just a damage move. It makes you do more. It makes you just do more attack damage. So very interesting things for sure. You can see here, for example, as well, Aqua Tail get interrupted. So that's also one of my problems I have with this Pokemon a lot. Like, my moves just got interrupted, right? Like, nothing is really unstoppable. Aqua Tail is not, Waterfall is not. So you're gonna get cancelled. Only Bounces. So Bounce is great for escaping as well. Like, you can get out of a lot of scenarios with Bounce just by getting back to safety. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. There's probably certain things I missed out. Sadly, the test server was not available anymore, so I had to go over some old footage. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you're gonna play Gyarados and if you're still excited for this Pokemon.